What specifically was your favourite part of the tour and why?
My favourite part of the tour was the museum tour. It was my favourite part because Jennifer and her colleagues took us around the museum, and it was good to have different views. So she was the guide, but her colleagues just added to the knowledge that she was giving us. So that was my favourite part.
I think I did enjoy the museum tour. That was very interesting. The canal boat tour that we did with Jennifer was very interesting as well, because the information that she gave you made you look at the city through different eyes. So now you're walking around and I'm actually looking up at architecture and looking at different things, as before you just sort of walk around oblivious. So that was really interesting. It's a shame that it rained, but still it didn't take me too much away from the tour, which was very good. And Jennifer, she's very knowledgeable as well, and she seems to know a lot of people, and she's sort of the kind of person, she seems like the sort of person that people gravitate towards. You know, she's very nice, very easygoing, very approachable. So she was, not just her knowledge, but just overall she was a really lovely person.
She was.
What did you do in your free time?
In my free time, I went back over some of the area that we covered on the canal tour. Because of the weather, we couldn't necessarily see everything, so we went back to that area and we found some buildings that had more heads on them, and we went to a vegan restaurant. So we supported another brother in the Netherlands, and we just had a good time. We got to know each other. We had laughs as well as, so this tour we got knowledge, but we also had a good time. We had laughs, different personality, different dynamics, but that's how it always is on Black History Studies tours. You meet a lot of different people, and these tours are for people that want to learn. Doesn't matter what your personality is, and it's for people that want to get involved, and that's what I like about Black History Studies tours, and this one was just as good as any other.
And I think it doesn't matter what stage in your journey that you're at, by joining Black History Studies and their tours and other events, you can just pick up the knowledge and you just take it on from wherever you're starting. So that's a nice thing as well. You'll meet people in their organisations, at their events. You'll meet people who know more than you and they're happy to share their knowledge, and you meet people who have a lot of knowledge but yet you still have something to, you know, inform and educate them with as well. So it's a really good mix. During my free time, I think I did mainly was eating. I did a lot of eating. But there was lots of places to go to, they were easy to find, and yeah, the vegan restaurant was lovely, really nice food. So, but yeah, it's very easy, very good tour, lots of places to go, lots of things that are recommended as well. So,
and to pick up on what you're talking about different knowledge levels, I've studied history. And so the reason, again, going back to the tour for me today, a lot of what I heard today I've already heard. So it's so nice to hear it and it's not diluted in any way. So that was really good for me, because we have all got different levels of knowledge. So that was great for me.
So if you were to recommend us to your best friend, what would you say?
I would say that too often we get our history from a Eurocentric perspective, and the reason I've come on, this is my second tour, is because I want to hear it from our perspective, because all my life I've heard it from a European perspective. So it's so nice to see that, to actually be shown the evidence of our existence, you could say, in the rest of the world, and our existence in a positive way, so that we did contribute. And also, again, which we've said before, that our history is not the enslavement period. There's a lot African history, or just African being an African. It's not about the enslavement period. Sometimes that it can be a little bit depressing, so I want to hear other stuff, which is what you get with Black History Studies. You hear the other stuff.
Well, I would tell my friends to definitely come, because it's not like history that you learn at school where it's all sort of dates and stats. You do hear the statistics, you do find out the dates, but you hear the background stories as well. And like what my friend here said, you hear things from, you're hearing the other side of the story. So, and it's not just all seriousness, there's a lot of fun and light-heartedness. It's very entertaining. It's it's edutainment, as they say, that word they're using now, but it is edutainment, you know, so you do get a lot of laughs along the way. Black History Studies are very entertaining. It's not a heavy, boring course at all. It's the tours, the events, everything, they're really good, so I would recommend to come along.
And to pick up on you again, I'm teething your information, but sometimes what people say to me is that when you learn about us, don't want to say our history, because it's not just about history, about us, because it is very serious, or can be, it can be off-putting, but Black History Studies don't do it that way. Yes, the enslavement part is a serious thing. The situation we still live under is serious, but we're still people. So we need to laugh, and that's what we do. That's a big part of it for me. That's why I keep coming back. If it was all serious, I wouldn't come back. I've got enough serious in my own day-to-day survival.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep coming back. I want to see people smiling and being happy to be black.